chasing. When you're always chasing things in life, what's it like?
Yeah, it's a bit like Dorothy, isn't it? What was she chasing down that yellow brick road?
Yes, the magical Wizard of Oz. We used to watch that as when we were little, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We watched it every year.
It was pretty boring.
Sometimes it was boring, but it was a done thing.
It was nice to watch it with the family.
It was, yeah.
So listen to this week's episode of
Get Real with the English
Sisters. So we've got a lighter note today, even though it's
Yes.
really quite deep in the end.
It is actually, yeah. Obviously, when you watch that film when you're a child, what do you see? You see the witches, the monkeys, the
Tin
Scarecrow, the Tin Man. Yeah, I didn't really understand any of it, really, except for the fact that Dorothy was always trying to get back home.
I used to like the red shoes because they were shiny.
The red shoes were pretty, yeah. And they were apparently magical, weren't they?
Well, they were supposed to be to tap them 3 times and you'd go back to Kansas. You'd go back home. But really, the meaning of the whole story is that Dorothy, after all the journey she went on with the Tin Man and the Scarecrow,
Yeah.
that she had the power just to get back home on her own, just by saying the
But
words.
somebody gave her those shoes, didn't they?
No, I think she had them as well. Or did
Wasn't that good witch who gave her these red shoes? Oh my
I'm not
gosh,
sure
we would
about
need
that.
Google
We have to
now. I've
watch it
forgotten
again.
it, yeah. Okay, right. I can't remember about the red shoes, but I mean, I do remember the lion being very frightened,
Yes.
which was a bit of a paradox, isn't it? Because he's a lion.
Yeah.
Come on. Even though he had a man's face, which I always thought was a bit weird. In the original film, you can see it's just a costume. The Tin Man is made a bit better, isn't he? He's sort of like more like a real tin.
And the
I
Scarecrow
didn't really
was always
understand him
scared.
either. Oh, the Scarecrow was scared. And the lion lacked bravery.
Yes.
That was it, yeah. And the Scarecrow, obviously, yes, he was scared.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit like, it reflects our everyday lives, how we might have low self-esteem or we might
Absolutely.
lack bravery when we're
Suffer from
sometimes-
anxiety.
Yeah, and sometimes when other people perceive you as being really brave and you're not, it makes you feel worse, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you think that you're really brave and no one,
Why are you
no
acting
one
so
else
weird?
is-
Looking around. If you're watching this on video,
I'm
you
just
have to
seeing
let
if
us-
there's anyone.
Who's going to be here? It's just us in the studio. Come on, who are you looking at? You're looking to see if the phone's going to ring.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no. The landline, sometimes we forget to unhook the landline. And because I never answer that landline anymore, never, because it's normally just promoters and that stuff.
it's
So
just a waste.
I ignore it. Anyway, yeah, it's just creaks. So you've just heard a little creak. It's this
I
old
heard it,
house.
This old house.
Yeah, it's the old house. It creaks.
No, but I mean,
and-
sometimes when you're you have responsibility. And
I know what you
feel
mean,
it, and then
yeah.
you might not feel as if you're as brave as what everyone else
Thinks
thinks you
you
are,
are,
and
yeah.
or you might need help, and you might think, but no one thinks I need help. They all think I'm
I'm
amazing,
a
and I can
lioness,
do
yeah,
everything.
A lion. I'm strong. I'm brave, but I'm not. I don't feel like that inside.
Exactly.
So that does, in a way, reflect the film. Yes. I think he was missing a heart. I think we should have researched this film before. I mean, you did a little tiny bit
I know.
in the kitchen. It wasn't
It was
probably
that big.
anyway. Who cares? Yes, the whole thing is that we didn't understand that film, but the end part is actually quite significant, isn't it? Because
It is,
Dorothy,
'cause
all
doesn't-
she
she's
has
always,
to do.
She's always thinking she has to have the wizard, the magical wizard who just ends up to be a little old man.
Yeah.
With shouting with a megaphone.
Yeah,
You know,
because
it's not-
she needs a wizard to get back home, but really, all she has the power within herself. All she has to do is tap her little red slippers 3 times, and she's back home like that.
Well, she has to say the words. So it's the language that we have. It's what gives us power.
Yeah, what words does she say? I want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go back to Kansas.
Is that
Something
all
like
she
that.
says? Yeah, that's like this. You're probably going to think, why didn't they read? No, I think that's what she says. Yeah, I want to go home. I want to go home. Something like that. And if you think about it, sometimes we're looking desperately for a feeling of we need our hearts aren't quite calm, are they? They're not
No.
quite satisfied in life.
They're never.
We're
Well,
struggling.
think about it, when hardly ever. I mean, people that are really satisfied with their everyday lives are really fortunate.
Yes.
Most of us have
Live some form of discontent,
we're
sadness.
always either searching for something or we're feeling as if we
Anxiety.
have a lack of something.
Yes.
We're always in lack. We're not in that state of full abundance and appreciation and really enjoying the moment, whatever it may bring.
So
And I
no
think-
matter what this enormous long journey down this yellow brick road was, in the end, ultimately, she had the power within herself, Dorothy, to bring herself back home.
Because really, she was always home.
Yes. She had home was within
And
inside her already.
They were just like, I suppose they represented all her anxieties and things. She was always home. It was just a dream in the film.
Yeah, in the film that we watched, it was just a dream. Yeah, she just wakes up with her little dog again, and that's it. And you think, gosh, all of that was just one big. I remember being a bit frustrated when I found that out. When I was a kid, I thought, gosh, it was all just a
Because
dream.
you wanted some real magic.
I kind of wanted,
as a child.
Yes, as a child, I wanted it to be more like the cartoons, I guess, and it wasn't. But the part that I do remember the most about that film is sitting in our little living room with Mum and Dad, and we all watched it. And it was like, oh, The Wizard of Oz is coming on again. And then Dad would say, oh, I've seen that. But then we would still put it on because that's what was on Christmas Day. There wasn't much choice. It was like 3 or 4 channels, and we would all sit there together, and that's what I remember. That's why I remember it being nice. I remember Mum putting a little blanket on. Oh, I'm getting emotional. She used to put this little checked blanket over her, and if I would sit next to her, she would put the little blanket over me too. Oh gosh. Yeah. And I remember that about watching The Wizard of Oz, and it was like calm. And they would just watch it. Mum and Dad would watch it, even though, sometimes I would think, oh, they're watching it's like a children's film. But they would watch it as well. It wasn't just like us when we were watching our little kiddie stuff.
Because it was considered a family film.
It was considered a family Christmas film.
It wasn't just for kids.
Yeah. Do you remember it the way I do? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I remember.
Right, yeah.
What you mean sitting down and watching it?
On that sofa with the pattern.
No, I don't remember
the flowery... The green sofa with
I
those.
remember the sofa and the green sofa and everything, but I don't remember all the details that you remember.
No, because I didn't like the film much, but
Maybe
I remember
you were
that.
more focused on the family being together than I was.
I don't know.
Maybe I was more interested in the film.
Well, I remember that because a lot of times when the films would start, Mum would be in the kitchen washing up, and I would find that I didn't like that.
No, but she would always come though.
Sometimes she would come, but sometimes she would be like late, or she wouldn't. You couldn't just stop and start the movie. So I would feel like a bit anxious. I would say, "Mum, come." It's starting. But for that particular film, I don't know. We would watch all of it right from the beginning, and the music.
Like 3 hours long.
Oh, the music at the beginning, and then I mean, she would stop and go off for a cup of tea and things, and then come
Would
back.
there be adverts?
I don't know. I can't
There were
remember.
adverts in those
It would
days.
last. Were there adverts?
Yeah, really long ones.
Oh, so you could get up and go off somewhere. Anyway, but yeah, I'm wondering, the whole film, is that where we, in the end, the meaning of it is quite significant, isn't
The
it?
meaning is that we're always home, but we always think we have to have more.
We're already complete, aren't
Yes, we don't need anything extra. We don't need like a new haircut or a new to be home. We don't need a new dress or a new. Yes, they're nice things, but you don't need them. So they're not necessities. You just, you need the basic. Of course, we all need our basic needs, but then all the rest of it, all this chasing for the bigger, like even the stress of the Christmas shopping and the Christmas presents. I mean, some of our happiest memories are when Then I'm going to
Now you're going to start tearing
when
up.
Dad would make us the little pram, he made us a little wooden pram because
Yes.
we couldn't.
They couldn't afford
They couldn't afford us to make us a little
to buy
pram
us
for our
those,
dolls.
yeah, the little.
To buy them, and the little girl up the road had a new one, and then we said, "Oh look, she's got a new pram. We want a pram for Christmas." And
Father Christmas will bring us a pram. That probably put Mum and Dad into massive crises. No way,
couldn't.
2 prams. I mean, you know, yeah. Oh, dear.
So he made, Dad made us that tiny little wooden pram and then Mum made
With
us
little
a
wooden wheels,
It had
I
little
think.
wooden wheels. It was just it was a little square box, but then it had a little cover on it.
It had a hood.
Yeah, it had
He
a
made
hood.
a hood,
He made
yeah.
a little wooden hood.
So the
But you
little
couldn't
doll.
put the hood down, obviously. 'cause
No,
it was made of wood.
but it
And
was
it had
so
little
cute.
wooden wheels and the little sticks to push it along, and we would push it along up the street, just like the other little girl that was like considered to be the rich one, because she was obviously they were more well off than we were at the time.
Probably, yeah.
And
She loved
we
our
were
little wooden
so
prams.
happy, yeah, and she loved them as well. So we still liked hers more.
You preferred hers more. You wanted the shop one, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, and then I
But I
think.
still like them.
Did
wooden
Mum
one
buy
a
you
lot.
a real baby pram and you were really upset about that? Oh, God. I think
No,
Mum
then
in the
like
end,
3 years later or something, when we were a lot older.
you were like 8
No,
or something, yeah.
we were a lot older. Then I would ask for a pram again because I fixated with prams.
Oh,
that
God.
we wanted. Obviously, it's what they used to advertise kids in
I
those
don't know,
days.
yeah.
And I got a real pram.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing. So
A
it
real
wasn't
pushchair.
a dolly's, like,
It was a
for
real
pushchair.
pushchair for real children.
It was for, because my mum probably thought, look,
She thought it was cheaper than the other one, and she probably thought this'll do. She can put, because my doll was quite big, so she probably
was
thought
trying
the doll fits in it, and then I can use it as well.
yeah, I'll use it for, because she
That
was a
I think that was
childminder.
the biggest disappointment I've ever
That
had.
was, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. As far as, Christmas present goes and Father Christmas, I think when you actually saw that pram, you did not
But
like
that
it.
wasn't even really, because we used to get some of our presents we would get at Christmas because they did respect the Christmas tradition. But since Mum was Spanish, we would get the pram came at Reyes Magos for
Reyes
the Three
Magos
Kings
for the Spanish
festivities.
community,
For the
you'll know.
Epiphany,
Yeah, that's the Epiphanies when the 3 kings actually bring, the children gifts as
And
well.
so and then that's when I knew that it wasn't Mum had done it. I knew it wasn't real.
Oh, yeah,
Father
that's-
Christmas or the Three Kings,
Yeah.
because I saw it. It had
It had
Mother Care.
Mother Care is a shop in the UK. It used to be, probably
I
it's
think
still
it's
there.
Still there. I think
Yeah,
it's still there.
and it sells all kids stuff, for children, for babies, and obviously that brand name Mother Care, that gave it up, didn't it? Gave it totally.
It's
gave
written
it
right
away.
across the foot bit.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
And then I said to Mum, that's not from the Reyes Magos. You must have bought that. No, I didn't buy it. The Reyes Magos bought it. And then that's when I think
I never really did believe much in those Reyes Magos palaver. I didn't. Being brought up in England, definitely Father Christmas was there, but the Reyes Magos was like this. I didn't really get that. Our cousins in Spain would say, no, they're really important. They really do bring you gifts. And I would think, but that's Father Christmas that brings you gifts. And then they would always arrive via, the post. The post, when they arrive like in packets.
Who?
From Spain, these gifts. Was it just Mum buying them?
No, Mum would just buy them. No Spanish.
Oh my God, I've
aunties
just
would give
discovered
them.
this at 57. I thought our Spanish aunties would send them.
No.
Didn't they send us this
No,
doll
only-
once? This special
Did
Spanish
they
doll.
send that, or did we go and get it when we went there once? Because once we went there for Christmas.
Oh.
And we got, I think maybe one time after that they did send one.
Oh,
They
right.
sent the other doll. I think once
Yeah,
we got
I
one there,
remember-
and then once they sent
One arrived, like at the post office or something, like in a packet. Anyway, yeah, these are the things that you kind of remember about the Christmas time, don't you?
You do.
You don't forget them.
Funny, really.
Is it funny?
Well, yeah, it stays with you all these years.
Well, yeah, that disappointment stayed with you, didn't it?
I mean, I'm not bothered about it. When obviously I was even as a child, I was very mature. So
Yes,
I
you
reasoned.
realised
I realised why Mum had done it and that she needed the pram, and I kind of felt sorry for her. Really.
Yeah. You thought, okay,
Yeah.
you
And
can
then
use
she
it.
would borrow it.
She would, yes, yeah, she would borrow it, yeah, definitely.
And then I think when we were older, she told us it's because the little ones were so expensive compared to the bigger one.
So
She'd also did it, and this one looks sturdier and stronger. She also did it for that reason.
Yeah.
But I think really it was her practicality kicking in there.
Practicality can kick in when you've
No,
got
it was
responsibilities.
It was unusual for her because she always used to go to such a big effort to make Christmas really special for us. So it wasn't really like something that she would generally do.
No, it was unusual.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe they were going through a harder time that we didn't know as kids.
No, yeah, you don't know half of it, do you, when you're growing up?
Because all the rest of the time she would always take us to the shop and let us choose our Christmas present and then say, she would be really sneaky about it. Come and have a look and then see what you like. And then I like this and I like this. And then afterwards she would buy it and then it would appear on Christmas Day.
Yeah, then later on she would tell us that gifts in, the things that we would choose in those days were really expensive for her, being an immigrant, a Spanish immigrant. And so she would have to literally save pennies in this little wooden box to be able to afford it. And then once she actually told the shop, can you keep them for me? And every week I'll bring you £1. And then she said there was a lovely shop and a toy shop. And they said, yes, of course we'll do that for you. And they kept them. Like she would go in June or something.
Yeah,
and start. We would have absolutely no idea about Christmas.
No, I remember going on way later than that.
Well, yeah, but come on, it was a lot in
advance.
It didn't feel like anywhere near the winter or something. She would be very let's just browse around the kids' shop. Yeah. And obviously that's what we did with our children as well. We would take them to the toy shop and say, yay. We would have a night here in Italy. We would have a cappuccino. Let you go and have a look at the toys. Isn't it lovely? Then we'd say, Father Christmas is coming soon. And then, of course, we would find out which ones they wanted.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got to find your little ways, don't you?
You do.
But yes, I do wonder if we're not all like Dorothy, that we really do possess our own inner wisdom and our own inner power, and we already have the resources we need. However, we still need to go on that journey and to go through those difficulties and the struggles in order to come back.
Yeah, but I think we can help ourselves by making that journey a little easier and realising that we don't always need to be chasing. And, be grateful for all the resources and everything we have already within us.
And that maybe the Wizard of Oz is just like in the film, this person that we're searching for to emulate or to be like. A lot of the times, maybe we are more than they are.
We are more than they are. Because we are what we need.
We are what we need. What they need, but we still have to go through that journey of discovery.
Because it's like as if it's someone else.
That's life, isn't it?
It is.
That's life. That's life.
That's the joy of living, really, as well. The game we live.
It's that yellow brick road that we've all got to go down, and with all its journeys and its struggles and, and all the magic and the stress that goes along with it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think. I hope you enjoy the festive season, and we'll see you next week. Lots of love and smiles
from the English sisters. Bye.